Welcome to the Minos final sprint build video. Uh, Changes. Single player. We've updated instructions to reflect new changes. We now have sprites. They're lovely. Let's see, what else? You no longer have to use the context menus for the sprites. So this is my pusher here. So if I hit the left control button, it'll automatically highlight everything it can push. Similarly, if I hit the left control button on the puller, highlight everything you can pull, press space to move a piece. Up next, I'm not going to go over any other changes in single player. There's just a few instruction changes, but no gameplay changes. So we're going to start looking at the multiplayer changes. We're going to be looking at the local multiplayer and the network multiplayer. And I'm going to need to do a build for the network multiplayer, so you're just going to sit through that because that's going to be fun. So if we go to the local multiplayer, if you start the host up, you tell two pieces to go. We no longer have the problem where we're getting the doubled input. That bug was extra fun and tricky to fix, but we now have the proper sprites showing up, and if you look closely, you can see that the lower sprites here are red and the upper sprites are blue to help people distinguish. Hopefully in the final build on Monday, we will set that up so that there's also an outline around each of the units, so it's a little easier to see what unit you're working with. So I think this pretty much works now. Just gonna try to end this game real quick. So yeah, it works except for moving the flag. That's a new bug. We will have that worked out by Monday. It's just we want to make sure we get everything in by the deadline tonight, so that's a Monday problem. Moving on to the networked multiplayer. Just gotta let this build real quick. I'm going to talk a bit about what bugs we also ironed out since our presentation. There was a bug where we couldn't spawn our twister. After about an hour of digging, I realized that's because the spawn a twister button was trying to spawn a polar. So, after I realized that, it was a pretty simple fix. And we're getting the build set up right now. Single player internet match. Okay, and on the big Unity where I can see the debug information if anything breaks during this video. It's lovely. Unity at its finest. Top speed. We are just getting the network lobby set up. Unity's making sure it wants to run. So we are now in the scene. And as you see, both players can move around freely. Nope, I was wrong. Thought I'd fixed that bug. Okay, so we can spawn units even if we don't have units, except for polars. They give a little hiccup, and I'm not entirely sure why. But we can pass the turn, and jumping back over here. We have another bug where it's not passing the turn perfectly. And I think Unity just crashed. I don't know why Unity just crashed. I'm probably doing too much on this computer. Because the school laptops are great. Yeah, if Unity hadn't just crashed right there, my unit would have spawned in properly and it would have been lovely. As it is, we're making a lot more progress. We have the different colored sprites, and I'm happy with where we are, excited for where we will be on Monday Thanks for tuning in.